My name is Cerinity Crenshaw. My stage name is Outspoken. I'm going to do 3 poems today. The first one is called For Bruised Girls, and basically it's about how toxic fathers turn into women finding toxicness in their relationships. The black girl said she gets her taste in men from her mama, that she tends to fall for men who look a lot like her father, men whose smiles draw her in and whose fists make sure she never leaves, men who wear their absenteeism like a second layer of skin, then tries to beat another one onto her. See, there's 1,000,001 stories about the black woman turned bitter, 1,000,001 ending where her corpse collapses at the feet of a man that'll never see her as royalty. Black women who had to learn on their own how to trade their nooses in for diamond necklaces. Once pretty enough to make her feel less like breeding grounds for anger, had to learn on her own how to hide bruises left on her skin with apologies and promises, because she was promised over and over that you change. And men like you are nothing more than broken records. You come home drunk on your masculinity, devour her innocence like it's the only chaser strong enough, grind her bones to ashes, use them to decorate the toxic way you make resentment look so tolerable. She had to learn to glue safe words to her middle finger every time someone asked about the bruises. I guess all the makeup tutorials she watched have nothing on the beauty marks bloody knuckles leave. You tell her that she didn't have the capability to hold her own breath, and she believed you, and you velcroed your fingers around her neck, leaving her powerless in the grasp of your abuse. So I ask, how could she learn to turn the other cheek when you've beaten them both swollen? How could you sit there, shattered glass in hand, and say you didn't mean any of it, that it was never your intention? You left shards of your dominance in her back, and in return, she learned that leaving a bullet in your pride hurts a lot worse. So the black girl said she gets her taste in men from her mama. She saw firsthand what it was like to fall for men like her father. She saw how resilient a black woman could be. So to the women who still don't know which textbooks the lessons on independence are in, just let those men smile in someone else's direction. Thank you. Okay. The second one is called A Dissertation from My Hood, and basically it's about my experience I've had living in a hood in Detroit. They compare my eyes to streetlights, lighting up the sidewalk stained with the blood of all the black men we've lost this year. Schoolyards turn breeding grounds for bragging rights, where new textbooks are less common than neighborhoods with houses on every corner, where home-cooked meals are reserved for the holidays, and the only time we see the family together is at a funeral. They compare my hands to mass murders, the way they tremble when gunshots creep their way through windows, whether that AK was in my hands or not. I caught a body today and it wasn't my own. Served a sentence, only to come back to a family that's crumbling at the roots, but that's what we asked for, right? That's the cycle, right? Because jail cells spend more time with fathers and husbands than the families, unable to get a job when they get out, so all they do is go back. Boys growing into men through family trees with hollow trunks. The hood strips us of our innocence and exchanges it for a gold chain and a foot in the grave. When will our black men learn that their freedom isn't worth falling victim to a system designed to make slaves out of free men? Isn't worth our names being dragged through the dirt, turned into a comedy show for the white man's enjoyment? Standing on stages and wearing jokes bigger than God says. Black incarceration walks into a bar and lays his eyes on the first pretty thing he think will put money on his books, or Black incarceration walks into her closet after years of wearing orange jumpsuits and is indecisive about what to wear. So she just stays home. Took years for that black woman to get her drip back. Black incarceration walks into the eye of a bullet and the jury sees 2 things. The hole the bullet left in his chest and a black man who probably deserved it. So this poem is for all the fathers marking their days in blood, all the mothers who relied too much on hope to stretch this paycheck thin, all the daddy-daughter dances she had to take her uncle to, all the baseball games where home runs felt like life sentences, and all the family dinners with one empty seat at the table. Because in the hood, every day is a gamble, and the odds are always stacked against us. I'd like to do one more, and it's called You Are Under Arrest, and it's from the perspective of a police officer. You are under arrest. Before you are asked any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. After bullet shells decorate this sidewalk, you must know the jury will believe my side of the story over your lifeless body. And before your blood stains my hands, you must understand that your name has been tattooed through my throat since birth. That handgun has been waiting on you ever since. You are not required to say anything to us at any time or answer any of our questions, but I must ask, why do you look so familiar? Why does your blood feel so safe in my palms? Why do you look like a man I've shot at before? You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. You'll build your defense and a jury will rule on your innocence. All it takes is 8 of these men to lock you up, so you better think long and hard before you think that you're safe here, boy. In this courtroom, you will try to plead the fifth until your speech seizes over and your skin makes a convincing case. But you know the prosecutor won't let you off that easy. Tell them about the traffic stop, the red light you ran. Tell them about how many children you have. They tend to take it easier on family men. Tell them about your felonies on your record. Doesn't matter how far back your record travels. Prove to them that you gave me every right to use force. Don't you remember? Your loud and thunderous voice misplaced in the driver's seat. License and registration requested. Your hands doing some sort of shuffling motion. Dang, what are you reaching for? Dang, my eyes don't move that quickly. Dang, dang, bang, bang, bang. Blood. I thought he was reaching for a weapon. Do you understand what the rights that I have just read to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak with me? Thank you.